At my big age of 26 years old, I've never worked a true 9-to-5 job. In college, I worked in assisted living and food services, but post-college, I've quote-unquote never truly worked a day in my life. And I say that because most wouldn't consider being a professional athlete a typical job. While I can somewhat agree with that sentiment, I also know that most people don't know the actual day-to-day life of an athlete. So I'm here to show you. My alarm clock goes off around 6:45 or 7 each morning because I have a son to tend to before I leave the house for the day. And by son, I don't mean literal child, but sometimes I consider my dog Cash as such. And while neither one of us are true morning people, I recognize the importance of Cash getting out of the house and exploring before he's left by his lonesome for the day. And while getting him out of bed each morning tends to come with some resistance, his aura quickly changes once he hits the streets. After our morning walk, we head back home so I can feed Cash and do the same for myself. But when it comes to breakfast, I'm usually super lazy unless I have the day off. So most days, it's a protein smoothie or baked oats, something I can grab and go preferably. Don't get it twisted though, breakfast is still one of my favorite meals of the day. It just so happens I don't have time in the morning. My drive over to the office, and by office I mean training facility, is no more than 20 to 25 minutes each morning, which I find to be the perfect amount of time to listen to my music and vibe without increasing my risk of road rage. Because if there's one thing about me, I truly do not enjoy driving. My patience wears thin, and no disrespect to the people of Montreal, but I found the driving out here is on the poorer end of the scale. When I arrived at the facility, I was delighted to learn we now have our tank tops to train in because thank the Lord the sun is finally shining out here, and there's nothing I love more than catching some rays. Before training, we always have a quick pre-activation session in the gym, and then we gather our things to go out to the field. And as if cold water wasn't my thing before, it most definitely is now that the sun is out in full force, because nobody can tell me lukewarm water is refreshing. I'm sorry. By the time we head out to the field, it's usually around 10, and we wrap up training sometime around 11:30. But I swear the sun literally has the ability to change your whole mood, because why is training exponentially more enjoyable now that the sun is out? And this is what I meant earlier by never working a day in my life, because work is literally running around kicking a ball under the sun with my girls. But I did in fact get 2 fat blisters under my big toes, so hence why I'm walking back in my socks. After training, we had a quick upper body lift. In season, our lifts are usually a bit shorter, and there's more of an emphasis on a heavier load but a small amount of reps, mostly because we can only lift 2 days a week now. So today is upper and tomorrow will be lower. By the time we finished lift, it was around 12:30 and I was sweaty and exhausted, but one thing is for sure, I absolutely need to do some recovery, and while it may be controversial, I choose the cold tub almost every day, usually a good 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, I jump straight into the shower and head out to lunch. Lunch today was pasta, and I couldn't help but die laughing at how many noodle sheets there were in that lasagna. After our final meeting of the day, we went outside for Bible study, and I tried my first golden kiwi. I must say, I was quite impressed. At 3:30, I had a quick Zoom call, and then after that, I went straight to Costco to grab a couple things I needed for the rest of the week, which was a bold move, might I add. Costco at 5:30 on a weekday, absolutely diabolical decision making from me. But after burning a hole in my pockets, I came home to the sweetest face, which is my favorite way to end the day.